I'm here with Tom Freeman, the Foreign Trade Commissioner for the Riverside County Office of Economic Development. Tom, I understand that you're hosting an event, or you're hosting this event, to help create jobs in Canada. Can you tell me a little bit more about the event?
Well, first of all, we're just ecstatic that the Board of Supervisors put this program on, and we've had such a great turnout. Who would have thought that so many Californians would turn out here in Indio, California to get a job in Canada? And here's the reason why the county was able to put this program together. We worked with the Canada-California Business Council exclusively in partnership, and we worked very closely with the British Columbia Construction Association to put today's event on. The results, as you can see, lines out the door and people looking for work. And I think that's part of what's wrong with California's economy. This alleged recovery is not here, and our construction workers need work. A lot of the people that I've talked to today haven't had a job in construction for 5 or 6 years as we continue to slug it out in this economy. So in really desperation to get these people back to work, help them pay their bills, pay their mortgages, pay their car payments and credit cards, we put on this job fair, and we're excited that it's turned out like this. I mean, this is an amazing turnout because we're actually asking people who want to go work in Canada. And to have this kind of turnout is amazing.
You've done a tremendous job for the county as the Foreign Trade Commissioner in building relationships not only with Canada but with other countries. Why is it so important that we build these relationships with these other countries?
Well, we can look at it as a pocketbook issue. If we don't sell things overseas, we're leaving 95% of the market for our products that we make in this county or this state out of the system. As we see our manufacturers in Southern California and in our county specifically selling more products overseas, they're creating better jobs for our workforce. They're paying 10% higher wages than non-exporting companies. These are the kind of jobs we need. Our agriculture industry is booming in the county with a record year in exports. Our manufacturers had a record year in exports. It's all due to the hard work of our residents and the commitment of their employers to build companies in Riverside County that can make products the world wants to buy.
Now, I understand that you're also helping bring in direct foreign investment from Canada to here in Riverside County.
Well, thank you for bringing that up. This is a two-way street. As I mentioned earlier, we're doing a lot of trading with Canada now, but we're also seeing a lot of foreign direct investment or international businessmen invest in this county in record numbers. I have been told by real estate companies operating in the eastern portions of the county that as much as 80% of all their inventory is being sold to Canadians. This is the time, if you're a Canadian and you're looking at investing in anywhere in this country, this is the place to invest. We have an international friendly environment with our local county board of supervisors and our cities. Our state representatives are helping us, our state senators. It's a team effort. Everybody deserves a pat on the back, but we have a lot of work to do. We are not done.
Abigail, can you tell me what's the goal of your program today?
Well, we're here in California today in the hopes of finding a large number of skilled construction workers for major projects that are underway in British Columbia.
How many construction workers are you looking for, and what types of work are they going to be doing?
Okay, we're looking for upwards of 20 to 40,000 construction workers over the next 5 to 10 years. They're for mainly industrial and commercial construction, not residential. So we're looking for millwrights, industrial electricians, heavy-duty mechanics, pipe fitters, gas fitters, steam fitters. The line's pretty endless.
And where does this need come from? I mean, most countries right now don't have work. What's going on in Canada that's not going on, say, here in the United States?
Right. Well, we're pretty much a resource-based country. So right now, there are a lot of mines being built, hydroelectric, ports, oil and gas, major resource projects, and all the infrastructure that goes with building those kinds of projects. So for that reason, it's primarily in the northern part of our province, so temperatures can be a bit of a challenge, but there's lots of work.
How has Riverside County been to work for as a partner in this venture?
Riverside County has been fabulous, as has we've been working with the Canadian-California Business Council. Lee Fraser with the Canadian-California Business Council initiated this, and Tom Freeman of the County of Riverside has been amazing. All the workers here at the Development Center have been wonderful. We couldn't ask for a better group to work with.
I'm here with Felicia Perno, the Director of Workforce Development for the County of Riverside. Felicia, could you tell me why is the county putting on this event in cooperation with the Canadian government?
Well, for one thing, as you're aware, our construction industry was one of the hardest hit industries during this economic downturn, and so we still have a number of construction workers that are unemployed. And with the tremendous need in Canada, it just made sense for us to partner to try and help our residents get jobs in Canada, as well as helping Canada out, which is a huge partner of ours.
How many people do you expect to participate today? I know there's several hundred already lined up. How many were you expecting?
Well, it was kind of hard to tell. This is an unusual job fair that we've done. We usually have an open job fair and we get 1,000+ people. But with this being very focused and specific and going to Canada, we hoped for 200 people, maybe 300, but it looks like we're going to surpass that. We did this morning already. There were 250 people lined up.
And can you tell me, from our viewers' point of view, how does this benefit the County of Riverside? I mean, obviously building relationships with Canada, but how is it going to help the county as a whole?
Well, I think as a whole, it's going to help the county because it's not feasible for us to still have such a high unemployment rate. So our hope is that it will help us to lower our unemployment rate, as well as provide, again, our residents the opportunity to go work elsewhere but send the dollars back to the county, to their families that obviously will stay behind. So it's an economic opportunity for us to help people, help families who are struggling financially.
Lee, can you tell me a little bit about today's event and what you hope to happen?
Well, I mean, ultimately, we want to put a whole bunch of people, out of work folks that live in residents of California, and specifically Riverside County, back to work in Canada.
And what type of programs or jobs are going to be offered here at this event?
Well, there's currently, and into the foreseeable future, going to be a job shortage, specifically in skilled labor, skilled trades in Canada. So we're looking at probably doing a number of these events, today being the first one in Riverside County, being one of our best partners for the Canada-California Business Council. It just made sense to actually start here, and we're thrilled to be here and looking forward to putting some guys back to work immediately.
Can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Riverside County and how have they been to work with?
Well, quite frankly, Tom Freeman's office has been phenomenal. We've received unanimous support from all the county board of supervisors. And, you know, Canada has a special relationship with this county, so we've been really thrilled to, you know, in our opinion, help grow that relationship further. And we look forward to doing more stuff together in the future.
If you could help my viewers kind of understand, I understand how this is definitely going to benefit the Canadian or British Columbia right now. How does it indirectly benefit Riverside County?
Well, I think, you know, the first thing is there's a whole bunch of people who have been out of work for more than 99 weeks, so they've fallen off the unemployment roll. So the goal of this program was really trying to get folks that are no longer eligible for unemployment benefits back to work. And then, you know, even though it's in Canada, it's still close. Technically, you could drive there. And the idea is, you know, folks will be able to come back and visit their families. And hopefully the income that'll be generated in Canada will help these folks, you know, with their mortgage payments, with their car payments, and hopefully help make this community a better place, which is really what we're all about. I mean, our mission is really to make California a stronger economy using our Canadian relationships.
Our magazine has actually a national reach. Can you, if there were young men and women anywhere in the country that would want to pursue this, how do they get a hold of you?
Our website is cabusinesscouncil.org. The Canada-California Business Council, you can just do a simple Google. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, and any one of those methods is appropriate. Email is just info@cabusinesscouncil.com, but again, you just go to the website and get that information there. So we'd be more than happy to, if folks want to reach out to us, and that's already happened. We've got folks reached out from North Carolina, from Florida, from Texas, and we'd be happy to push the information along to our Canadian partners.
I'm here with Michael Chu with the Canadian government. Michael, can you tell me why is British Columbia here in Riverside, California, recruiting work in Canada?
Well, two things. First of all, BC's undergoing really what we call a quick recovering economy. Really, we didn't really hit any rock bumps during the last recession. Our economy is growing. Right now, in certain sectors, especially in the construction industry, we have a boom happening right now. So we can find the right skilled trades people within our own province or other parts of Canada to fill those jobs, and which is why we're here.
What are some of the immigration hurdles that these young men and women will have to overcome to be able to go work in Canada?
The challenge is, and the biggest challenge obviously is getting the job offer, and which is why we have 7 employers here today. If they're going through the interview process, if they've been given a job today, that's the first step, and that's the key. Once they have a job offer in hand, there are 2 ways of coming through to working and living in British Columbia. One is on a temporary basis. If they say, well, I'm just going to try it out and see if you like it, and if the job works out, we want to stay long term, there is that option. So the first process is getting them through as quickly as possible on a temporary work permit, which is good for up to 2 years. Upon which time, if they like it, then they like to stay on permanent, then they can come through what we call the BC Provincial Nominee Program, which is an expedited process of bringing the candidate to becoming a permanent resident, as well as bring their family over.
Now, I understand from Abigail Fulton that you're doing this, and there's no cost to these individuals to have you assist them in this process. Is that correct?
Yeah, Abigail represents the BC Construction Association, which is really representing the best interests of its members. They have about 2,000 members in their organization, so they're doing it as a service to their members. We as government work very closely with our partners like BCCA to help facilitate the whole process, going through immigration to getting them there on a work permit or a permanent residency.
About how long does it take? Say a young man or woman gets a job offer today or in the next few weeks. What's the time period from once they've gotten the job offer to actually when they could be working in Canada?
On an average, depending on what kind of paperwork is needed, but from our experience and the way we run our program right now, they could be on the ground working within 3 to 4 months or even sooner.